Hi. All right. So it is about 1:30 in the afternoon on January 15th, and I'm at the HdG Hives, and we're here to do some hive maintenance. I have to feed the beehive. So what we got here is we got inside of the green and red top Tupperware Ziploc containers, and the containers there's fondant. This is a pollen substitute, and then some shims. So we'll be putting those in to the thing. This is fondant, which is basically sugar, kind of like icing, kind of like cake icing, but it's sugar in cake form. And first thing you notice is here are the bees, and it looks like one hive is very active. The hive on the right is very active. The hive in the middle has some activity, but the hive on the other side, it looks like there's nothing happening over there. So we'll get to it. We're going to get to it here. This is the hive on the right, and that's the hive in the middle, and this guy is the left. Catch back. Okay, this is the right-hand hive, the right side hive, and there's a ton of bees in here. So I'll put a ton of fondant in here. I have a whole big container, and so we'll put the fondant and the other stuff in there. Be back in a minute. Looks good. Looks very good. Alright, that's it. So that's all the fondant here. It's the fondant. It's the pollen substitute. That's today, January 15th. That's the right hive. That's the top of the right hive. We'll go look at that. That's the sawdust to keep it good. And this is the top of the right hive. This is the inner cover that's supposed to have come off, but kind of stuck. Have to work on that. Here we are. And I'll put them all together. Okay, this is the center hive, and that is what they're supposed to look like, I believe. That's what my hive looks like at home. So I'll put the topping, I'll put the separator in here, and then a box of fondant, and we'll go to town. That's the center hive. Okay, so that's the center hive, and I have the pollen bit here, and these are all fondant, and I'm leaving the center of the bee open because I know we'll do some kind of treatment in the middle, and so I'll just load up the sides with fondant and pollen. Well, this is what the one on the left looks like. It was the one that had no activity, and this is not good. This is what the no activity looks like. Maybe they're alive down in there, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll put the food on them and we'll leave them. We'll see what happens. It's hard to do this with one hand. Let's see. So there's a lot of honey in there, but these guys, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's not so good not to see any movement at all. They're not like fighting me or anything. We'll see. That's really not good to see nothing. Well, I'm still going to put the food on them. Let's see what happens. I'm still going to put the food on it. And we're going to see what happens. I don't see any movement in the left-hand hive section. Zilch. These are full frames. I don't see any movement. The other two hives, that's the center, there's movement in there, and on the right there's really good movement. So we'll see. Alright, so this is the top inside the left one. And I see these little moth, I think they're moth casings. So I'm going to scrape those out. I don't know, maybe the moths are in there. It's hard to tell. But I am disappointed that there's no activity. Look at all these dead bees. That's not good. The other two beehives are very promising, but this one is very sad. Alright, so we're leaving them January 15th. I don't know what time it is, that's the time. And this is the gangbusters on the right. The right side is gangbusters. The middle is pretty good, doing pretty good. And the one on the left is not good. The one on the left, I think we have to maybe prepare for, it's not going to make it. But we'll see what happens. Maybe there's some in there that'll come alive, or it is 50 degrees, maybe they'll come back. I don't know. Maybe some will come back, or maybe the other guys will rob from it and eat the honey and live all season. But the middle is looking good, and the right hand side is looking extremely good. And that's the end of the deal. That's the end of today, January 15th, at the Beehive.